In esoteric architecture, the earth and the heavens described in ancient texts are not the literal planet and the sky, they are the microcosm. The earth is the dense physical body, the avatar, and the heavens are the higher mind and consciousness. The sequence of these first four trumpets is not random. It is a highly systematic purging of the human vessel's four lower energy centers, preparing it for the spiritual downloads of the final trumpets. Here is the structural teardown of the Avatar's old paradigm, moving step by step through Revelation 8. The first trumpet, the physical foundation, Revelation 8:7. The text, hail and fire mingled with blood are thrown to the earth. A third of the trees and all green grass are burned up. The internal physics, the earth represents your foundational physical reality and base material attachments. Hail is frozen rigid energy, old crystallized habits, while fire is the friction of transformation. Mingled with blood, the life force, and ancestral memory, this frequency hits the physical vessel directly. The decoding, trees and grass represent the branching systems of the physical body, often mapped to the nervous system and the root structures of how you ground yourself. The burning is the somatic release. It is the destruction of outgrown physical habits and dense earthly attachments. This is the exact frequency that causes a foot to vibrate. The foundation is being struck and reset. The second trumpet, the emotional body, Revelation 8:8-9. The text, a great mountain burning with fire is thrown into the sea. A third of the sea becomes blood, a third of the living creatures die, and a third of the ships are destroyed. The internal physics. In ancient symbolism, the sea represents the emotional body, the collective unconscious, and the turbulent shifting waters of human passion. A mountain represents a massive rigid belief system or a ruling ego structure. The decoding. When a burning mountain is cast into the sea, a heavy, long-held dogma or illusion in the mind is violently dropped into the emotional body. It causes massive emotional upheaval, turning to blood. The ships are the vessels you use to navigate your emotions or interact with others. This trumpet destroys old emotional coping mechanisms and trauma bonds. The avatar can no longer navigate its feelings the way it used to. The third trumpet, the mental currents, Revelation 8:10-11. The text, a great star, burning like a torch, falls from heaven onto a third of the rivers and springs of water. The star is called wormwood, bitterness, and the waters become bitter. The internal physics, rivers and springs represent the mental currents, your internal narrative, and the philosophies you drink from to sustain your intellect. The decoding, a star falling from heaven, the higher mind, signifies a sudden, heavy realization or download of truth dropping into your everyday consciousness. Why does it turn the water bitter? Because waking up to the hidden truths of this reality, seeing the matrix for what it is initially a bitter pill. It poisons the old sweet illusions you used to comfortably drink from. The avatar's old mental narrative becomes undrinkable. The fourth trumpet, the lenses of perception, Revelation 8:12. The text, a third of the sun, moon, and stars are struck so that they are darkened. A third of the day and night are kept from shining. The internal physics. The celestial bodies represent the avatar's internal lights, the conscious intellect, sun, the subconscious/intuition, moon, and the guiding ideals, stars. The decoding. This is the classic dark night of the soul. The text is explicitly stating that the old ways you used to perceive reality are being shut off. Your previous intellectual understanding and your old guiding lights no longer illuminate the path. It forces a complete blackout of external perception so that the consciousness has no choice but to turn inward to find a new source of light. The observer's synthesis. Look at the brilliant, undeniable logic of this sequence. To free the soul from the programming of the physical world, the code systematically attacks the avatar's anchors. Earth breaks the physical habits. Sea destroys the emotional coping mechanisms. Rivers poisons the old mental illusions. Sun/moon darkens the old perceptions of reality. Only after these four elements are dismantled can the final three trumpets, the woe trumpets, sound, which deal entirely with the unseen spiritual realms, culminating in the opening of the internal temple in chapter 11.